Speaking of minorities, the president, a former army officer, is accused of stalling efforts to prosecute those who were responsible of committing atrocities during the civil war. There were commitments made by your country back in 2010-15 that this is going to go forward along with the United Nations Human Rights Council. We don't see any indication that this government is committed to bring to justice those people who made those crimes.
Well, you see any criteria, it is how you look at it. And if you mention the period 2009 to 2015, 3 presidential commissions were appointed: Parnagama Commission, Udulamagama Commission, Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission. We were gearing for a domestic mechanism. 92% of land which was acquired by the army during the conflict were returned. About 6 million anti-personnel mines were cleared. 295,000 people who were used as a human shield and came to the government side were resettled and their houses were reconstructed. 12,500 ex-LTTE combatants were rehabilitated and reintegrated to the society. So if anyone's saying there was no domestic mechanism to understand or define solution, I don't agree.
All right.
There was 100% domestic mechanism.
If you don't agree, how do you explain that your government earlier this year withdrew from the co-sponsored Human Rights Council resolution to investigate and prosecute those responsible for the atrocities committed during the civil war?
Well, I have a simple answer. The government which co-sponsored the 30/1, we call it in 2015, what you are referring to, I request you to study as to what happened to that government. Yeah. None of those architects of that 30/1 is in politics today. They are all wiped out by the people, right? That is why the 30/1 in 2015 was considered as the greatest betrayal of the sovereignty of this country in the modern times.
And this is why the international community does not really trust what you're doing. I'll give you an example. You must have heard the United Nations Human Rights Chief, Michelle Bachelet, when she was saying recently that your government is consistently breaking promises about the need to bring about those who committed atrocities in your own country. She simply does not trust your government.
Well, she doesn't trust the government. She is not here. She never visited here. None of her rapporteurs visited here. These are all desktop reports and some shadow reporting going from somewhere. There are various lobbies who have lots of money, right? So this is not a bona fide, a genuine report. We reject this report completely. Now, I think, look at Sri Lanka. We are a small country, small population. We are more interested than any outside power to keep our country together, keep peace and stability in our country, keep the social harmony. We are more interested than anyone else. So it is our country, it is our people, it is our brothers.